I figured it out. I used to rank websites on the top of Google. Now my 100% focus is getting videos to rank on the top of YouTube. And in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. The SEO that we've learned in the past is overwhelming. I used to have an SEO company, and for me, even thinking about all the different steps that we had to take to get our content, to get our pages and get videos to rank high, it was a lot of work. And I'm excited to announce that what I'm going to teach in this episode is really simple. In fact, there's only one tool that you need to use. We're going to go through that tool, so let's dive right in. I used to have a website SEO company, search engine optimization. And it really worked. It was very affordable. It was only a few $100 a month. And we got web pages ranking #1 on the top of Google. But it was a lot of work. Let me show you how we did it. We'd create an SEO page. And this SEO page would have a YouTube video. Then we would transcribe that video, and below we would write an article and make it look nice. That's supposed to be an infographic. We would design infographics, put them on Pinterest, and link them back to the page. Next, we did article marketing, and we would submit article after article after article that would link back to our SEO page. We would even do link wheels, so we would have other assets so that we could create a lot of link juice linking to the page. We also did blog commenting, so we would just put in comments and have that link back to our page. Link back to our page. We also put keywords on the page, and we optimized in other ways so that the page would rank #1 on Google. And then I noticed something. This how-to video over on YouTube got 50 times more views than this entire page that ranked #1 on Google. 50 times. Now, what do you think went through my brain when I made that discovery? Here's some good news for you. You can forget everything that you've been taught about SEO. And I mean everything. Yeah, I really mean that all this confusing stuff, all this overwhelm, all the complicated stuff that you've learned in the past about website SEO, you can throw it all away. In fact, it doesn't matter if your website doesn't rank on the top of Google. The world and the internet has shifted. And if you want to get clients, you don't need your website to rank on Google anymore. What's replaced it is content SEO. And content SEO is so much easier. Instead of building a website with tons and tons of pieces of content, making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you've got this massive website, and you try and get this website to rank for your favorite keyword. Now, you can create just one piece of content, put it on YouTube, and have it rank instantly. And years later, it still ranks on the top. Then you put out another piece of content and it ranks instantly. You put out another piece of content. You put out 10 more. You put out 100 more pieces of content. Now you've got hundreds of pieces of content out there, all ranked on the top. You better watch this video to the end because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Do you have videos that you've already filmed in the past or that you've already put on YouTube, and you're hoping that you can SEO these videos and get them to rank well? Unfortunately, I have some very bad news for you. There's nothing that you can do. You can possibly tweak the title and you can improve the thumbnail. If you tweak the title, that will reset the video, but don't expect anything huge or significant. As you can imagine, I've had a lot of people come to me, and some of them have hundreds of videos, or they say hundreds of hours of videos that they want me to magically SEO. And that's just not how it works. How it does work, you've got to do keyword research before filming. Let me say that again. The strategy you're going to learn in this video, you have to do before you film. And it's actually really simple, so don't let that bog you down, but this strategy needs to be implemented before you film. Okay, now I'm going to share the tree analogy. Okay, picture a large tree. You've got the trunk that goes out into branches, and at the end of these branches, you've got leaves. Okay, the trunk represents your broad area of expertise, and each branch represents the different categories that you have expertise in. So imagine you wrote a book around your broad area of expertise around this trunk. Well, each chapter of the book is like the different branches of the tree. Okay, the leaves, those represent the very, very specific questions that people are asking in each of your categories. Now, when you're choosing titles for your videos or choosing what topics to talk about, we don't want to make any trunk videos. We don't want to go that broad. In fact, we don't want to do any branch videos either, around specific categories. We always want to go very, very specific, out to the leaf, okay? The very, very specific questions that people are asking. So let me show you an example. Let's say your broad area of expertise was productivity. Okay, an example of a question, a leaf topic, what can a business do to improve its productivity? That phrase is 9 words long, and I did not make up that word. I did keyword research. I used a simple tool to find this question. It's a very, very specific question, and notice how long it is. Another one, what can increase productivity in a dental office? Well, that's specific. Who would have thought that that phrase would have consistent search volume? But yes, I didn't make that one up either. And a third one, how to treat employees with respect to increase productivity. So those are examples of the leaves, and we just want to make leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf. We never have to make a video on a trunk topic or on a branch topic, but if we keep making leaf after leaf and we make hundreds of these leaf videos, we eventually dominate all of YouTube for the entire tree. Now, your YouTube channel, it can have multiple trees. You don't have to have just one tree for your channel. For example, Paul Jenkins, he talks about parenting, that's one tree. Relationships, that's another tree. And positivity and mindset, that's another tree. But every video title, every video topic needs to be a leaf on one of those trees. Over the years, as I developed my strategy, there were a lot of different tools that I had to use to make my strategy work right, and it was a lot of work. What I'm going to show you now is the one tool to rule them all. It's on a website called SEMrush, the keyword magic tool, and I'm excited to show you how easy this is to use. So let's say you're an expert on change. That would be the trunk of your tree. If I just put change in the search bar there, at first you see results like we see in other keyword research tools, but then there's this magic button right here. When you hit that questions button, it filters out everything that's not a question, and there are thousands. In this case, there are still millions of questions left. Then there's another filter that I like to turn on. I like to set the word count to 8 or higher as my default. So that means that I'm going after really long phrases, and that's important to remember. Look at what I came up with. How to deal with a life-changing injury. How to deal with employees' resistance to change. How to change your life at 60 years old. What are the primary components necessary for lasting cultural change? See, so each of these titles is different. It's about something really specific, and each of these videos will be a completely different episode for your YouTube channel. Let's do another example. We'll say your expertise is in leadership. So here's a whole list that I found. Let me just highlight a few. What's the difference between leadership and management? How leadership skills can influence the values of an organization. What should be included in a leadership development program? If you have a leadership development program, that would be a great episode for you to make. What I just shared with you was really quick, but I hope you saw the power of it. Really, that simple tool can completely change the results that you're getting on your videos. This will make your videos rank on the top of YouTube on day one, and your videos will show up in Google search as well. Here's a big secret that's the opposite of the old-fashioned website SEO. Low competition. Instead of going after the massive phrases that we want to rank for and that we have to beat the competition, now we're just eliminating the competition. We want phrases that will rank instantly on the top of Google that have no competition. And here's another secret about these low competition, really specific phrases. They're pulling in your target audience. Instead of being like a billboard that's on the side of the freeway and everyone sees and only a small percentage does it even apply to, so much of a billboard gets wasted because it's shown to everybody who isn't your target audience. But the low-hanging fruit here, every person that comes to your video with this search phrase, they're looking for you. They are your target audience. So if you can grasp what I just shared there, then you'll understand why. Because when you post a video to YouTube, what happens? You rank instantly on day one. Now that you understand the strategy, I bet it's more clear why you need to do the keyword research before you film. Can you imagine filming a video on a branch or a trunk topic and then doing keyword research and finding a leaf and putting a leaf title on a broad video. It just doesn't work because leaf topics, they're answering very specific questions. All right, so with this strategy, now you've got a good foundation. I want to give you a free gift. I've created an influencer almanac. It's a resource where I put all my tips, all my tools, and all my YouTube strategies, ultimately to help you grow your influence on YouTube. It's my free gift to you. So go ahead and click the link below. It's called the Influencer Almanac.